Hi everyone, this is the episode 3 of our KPI Cards and Widgets series where we would build a KPI card with line chart using the native visuals. We'll go through the step-by-step building process while discussing the strengths and limitations of the visual designs. You can have a look at my channel where I share some tutorials about Power BI and different visual techniques, and also I like to discuss the concepts, especially the why behind the visuals. If you find it interesting, please subscribe to my channel to stay updated about the latest content, and let's get started. Our third KPI design is called Chart Integration, which has a chart integrated into the KPI card. We've got the KPI title, which is in a relatively larger, bolder, and a darker text. We've got the dynamic date range, which changes according to the date filter. We've got the KPI number, the boldest, darkest, and the largest font. A comparison versus prior year, both in terms of actual number and the percentage. Then we have the dynamic title with the prior year mentioned. Here we have got the trend line of the year with the dynamic color that will change according to the positive or negative variance, which is this variance, and the month name only with the letter for the minimum clutter. But hold on a minute, that's not going to be the end, because we are going to change a lot of things in this visual. So please watch the video completely to see how we can improve this visual. Let's go to Power BI and start building it. Alright, we are in Power BI, and the first thing we are going to do is to bring in the KPI card. From the calculations, we are going to bring in revenue total year to date. That's the one. Now I'm going to start formatting it. I'm going to start with the size. I'll just put some size that I have already, built, but you can put any dimensions that you want. And then let's go to the title. I'm going to put the title and call it revenue. Make it slightly bigger, and the text color I'm gonna put something like this one. Then I'm gonna bring in the subtitle. The subtitle is going to come from the data, because that is going to be that label, and it will be in the text. So that is the one, label 2. So I'm gonna say label 2. This is the only one as of now. So we've got this January to July 2024. If we have a look at the label, very simple: selected month, selected year, selected month number, and then if the start month is Jan, then it's just the Jan and the selected year. Otherwise, it's the start month to the end month and then the year. Now let's do some cleanup, which is like removing the background from the cards, the border from the cards, and the background from the visual and so on. I'll fast forward it. I have cleaned up the card. Now let's do something with the callout value. We are going to go to the callout and the value. Here it would be semi-bold. That's perfectly fine. We'll put it as 25, let's say, and we are going to put the same color as this one. The label has to be turned off, and then we are going to select this one and put it as auto, but maybe 2. Now we have to bring in the reference labels. So we go to reference labels, and we are going to bring in, there is one which is with the arrow. So I have created a few reference labels here, but I want to show this one, which is like the year to date versus prior year, and it's called arrow 2 in the file. So I'm going to bring it here and just follow along. I'll show how to adjust it. Title, it should be off. Value, it should be 15. And for the detail, we are going to turn it on. All right, and then we have to select the label. For the label, we have to set the color of the value. Color, this is the color that I want to add. I'll go there and field value, then I'm going to type color. That is the 4th one in the list. That should be the one. Okay, so now this is red. We go to the detail, and here we are going to bring in a text. It's going to be called text versus prior year. All right, this color should be, let's put it something like this, and the background should be transparent like that. We have to increase the size. Yeah, let me just make it 100%. Yeah, this is how it is. And then we go to the reference labels layout, and here we are going to say horizontal, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Uniform padding, it should be 0. So it aligns with this one. You see, the background is off. Okay, now we have to bring some padding at the top and on the left. So we are going to go to size and style, padding, and we will change it to 20, and we'll change it to 20 as well. The background should be off. The visual border can be on. We will select this one, for example. Rounded corners, make it 10. but still this thing needs to come to the left. So what we are going to do is going to the multi-card layout and look at the padding. This should be 0. And then we go to the cards, and in the cards we have another padding. That should be 0 as well. So we have 3 paddings. One is the padding of the main visual, which goes from size and style. The second padding is for the multi-card layout, and the third padding is from the cards. When you set all of that to 0, you get it aligned. Now within a minute, we can do the line chart. So we are going to bring in the line chart here. For the x-axis, I'm going to use month, letter, dim calendar copy. And for the y-axis, I have got 2 measures, and they are here, the green line and then the red line. Let's do the cleanup quickly. After we have done the cleanup, we have this line, and as I showed that we have 2 lines present in this chart. One is the green line and one is the red line. But you can see here that there are 2 lines, but only one line is visible at a time. I'll show you the logic behind that. What we are showing here is if the variance is greater than or equal to 0, then show this line, otherwise hide it. That means that it's going to be green one. And for the red line, you guessed it right, it's going to be if the variance is less than 0, then show this line, right? That's why we have these 2 lines. And what we have to do is to go to the lines, then we'd select all the lines. We'll make their width, maybe 1 is fine. Even this type is smooth. You can choose linear as well. It's up to you. The shaded area is on, and it should be very subtle, even 94, 95. Now for the color, we are going to select the green line. Now we have to choose its color for the green and the red, and it should be the same, the color that we have here. Colors table where it says this is the green 3, copy the value, come back and then select this line. This is the green line and more colors. That's it. So this is the green line, all right, and this is supposed to be the red line. You choose the red 3, copy value, choose the red line, and then you have to go back to choose the red line. Okay, there it is. Just place it nicely and the visual is ready. Let's have a look at the strengths and the limitations of this visual. So we've got the strengths of this visual. Yeah, we have got a large font of the KPI number that draws the attention. We have got the contextual comparison. The color coding is there. The design is compact, but there is no target or the benchmark. When we are showing the prior year, are we meeting the current year's target, if there are any? Or if we are meeting the target, are we still underperforming the prior year? Details that are lacking in the spark line, there's no y-axis. So if you're showing only this, then it doesn't mean anything, because you don't know if this value at the top double the amount of this value or this value. So you don't know the value itself, and you don't know the comparison between 2 values. So there has to be a y-axis scale or any data labels. This is the current year line. But if we are showing the comparison versus prior year, can we show the prior year trend line? Yes, we can. Binary color logic oversimplification. Now this is a kind of a debate, I would say. If we are showing a percentage increase or decrease, even if it's 0.1% or 0.2%, it's going to show the red. But when we are showing this actual number, that basically holds and controls that emotion of, alarm. And how we can improve it? We can have this kind of KPI. We have added the y-axis for showing the range of the numbers. Now you know that this is slightly above 300K. This is around 430 or 440K. You've got the prior year line. It's much more insightful. This is how much we are doing against the prior year. But what about the target? Yeah, we are slightly short of the target, and we have achieved 96.4% of the target year to date. So now this is a more descriptive visual. We'll go back to Power BI and make it like this. All right, we are back to Power BI. Copy it, paste it. First things first, I'm going to update this line chart. I'll go back to build and the data, and then we are going to bring in the running one, which is this one, monthly prior year. Format it. So we don't need any data. Let's remove this one, bring in the formatting. Y-axis, yes, we have to bring in the values. There's another thing that I want to do, and that is I want to make this number shorter. I don't want the decimal places, and I don't want to change the units every now and then. And this is a personal preference. I mean, it's up to you, but this is how I want to do it. So what I'm going to do is first go to the callout, and for this value I want to show it in thousands with 0 decimal places. And now I go to this one. The values, there should be thousands with 0 decimal places. Okay, that looks better. I want to remove the grid lines. I don't need them. For the lines, when I want to show the prior year, it should not have the shaded area. The width can be 2 and the line style should be dotted. That shows it has less priority. Let me zoom into 100%. This is how it looks. It's getting mixed with the actual. So I'll go to the green line. Then I am going to increase its width by 2. Wait a minute for this one. All right. So, okay. So for this one, don't show it. Right. So now this looks better. So we can see the green line. If we can see the red lines. Now we have to select the red line here, put it as 2. All right, I am going to remove the border because I'll set it later on. Then I have to give slide gap here as well. So make sure that your main KPI is separated from your line chart by some distance. Things that are grouped together, that are closer to each other, the human mind perceives as if they are one. And now we have to bring in another KPI card, and we have to do the same trick that we do sometimes, that we will bring one KPI, but we will turn it off, and then we will bring in the details. First, in this card, we can bring any metric that you want, and then we will go to formatting, reference labels, and we'll start adding 3 reference labels for this metric. The first one is the target year to date. That is going to be this one, target year to date. And let me just expand it. Variance versus target, this one, and then the percentage variance. And now we have to do some cleanup. Firstly, in the call out, we select all, and we don't want to see any value. We don't want to see any label. And let's do a basic cleanup quickly. All right, it's taking the shape now, but still there is some formatting that we have to do. Reference labels layout here, the uniform padding, that should be 0. So it comes towards the left. That's better. Vertical gap would be around 8. And then the layout, we will put it as table. Now you can see it's like this, right? If we go to the cards and we go to the uniform padding, we have to set this to 0 as well. Now you can see that all of this is aligned, but still there is something that is missing, and that is something that I have discovered lately. If you go to the layout, we have got this order and we have got 6 different combinations. What we have to select here is reference label, call out, image. Now we have it at the top, and the call out size, that is reduced to 0. Now it's just this visual that you have. So we are almost there. Now the only thing that is remaining is the labels. And for the labels, I'll go to the reference labels and I would select the first one, put it as a custom, and I'm going to say target year to date. All right. The second one versus target, and the third one percentage achieved. As I always say that your numbers should always be in the same format, and now I've noticed there is this format and this format that we need to change, because then your mind will easily compare these numbers. Okay, you go to the first one and there you have got this value. You would put it in thousands and without any decimal places. This thing remains to be done, and for that we have to change the expression because it's not a number, right? It's a text. And here we can see we have this condition. Just comment it out. We are going to format it as this one, so say like that, and now you have it how it's supposed to be. One thing you should be doing as well is to turn off the tooltips, because now you've put the y-axis, so I think that's enough. We usually don't have unnecessary tooltips on the KPI cards, so if you have got this kind of tooltip, you can simply turn it off. One thing I would also do is to make these numbers not in the normal font, and now we place one rectangle to cover it up. All right, after putting the border, you will select all of these, group them. All right, so this is how you do it. That is the end of the video. Please let me know, what do you think about this approach, and what do you think, what use cases does this KPI have? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Have a nice day.